Yes, people, how are we? So, we have got another live stream in like fucking ages because Everton, we miss on Everton. We haven't played, it seems like a year yet, but obviously, we're back with my co host, Mr. Dilly Dally, the main man himself. How are we?
I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing good. It's been an interesting week for Everton, seeing as we're on international break, transfer news wise. So I think we'll get into that. But yeah, it's been a good week overall.
Defo. So, before we get started with the main title down below, transfer in stadium talk, well in DCL, we're in the what's it called? Oh, the biscuit. Oh, what's it called?
Get no cream. Get cream. Custard
Cream,
cream.
custard creams with his shillies. I tell you what,
Mhm.
that is top quality by the main striking himself at man number 9, DCL, and he bagged himself 2 goals. Southgate out, by the way, after taking him off, and he was
For the
on a
hat trick.
hat trick. Yes, I know Ollie Watkins had to make his debut, and it was only San Marino. But don't you think it was harsh, even?
Yeah, I think everyone's dreams to score a hat trick, especially for England. Like we've seen on Calvert Lewin's Instagram, he said, every time I score for England, it's a great feeling. I'm
Yeah.
loving him at England. It's great. We when you look at over the years, we haven't really had a striker playing for England for us. So it's boss, really. I'm loving it.
Uh-huh. And he's scoring
Really, is it 6-4?
something like that.
Yeah. So
But anyway, we'll get on to the transfer bit first, and then we'll be talking about the big news around the football club, the stadium, Bramley-Moore Dock, also known as Everton's new stadium. So, basically, the transfer talk. So, who do you want to talk about first, Aiden?
I think we've got to talk about. I don't mind, to be honest. Go with
Let's
whoever
talk
you
about
want.
Koulibaly first because he was
Yeah.
like one of the first ones. So, Koulibaly, I tell you what, a big name like him, but it doesn't surprise me that Carlo is after him because Carlo is making, like, I tell you what, he's spreading interest around the football club. Everyone wants to be at Everton Football Club now because of him himself. James wouldn't even be at our football club if it wasn't for Carlo. So bringing in a quality centre half, yes, he might be aging and he's 30, and I think his bidding range is around 50 million. I think it could be crucial in a way. But what will happen with Michael Keane and stuff?
Um. Firstly, touching on the Koulibaly, we'll get to the Michael Keane and stuff in a sec. I think Koulibaly will benefit not just the defence but the whole team. He's a natural leader. Overall, everyone says, "Oh, he's aging." Look at Ramos. Look at his age. Look at Thiago Silva. They're much older than even Koulibaly, and they're still pulling their weight. And I think with defenders, when you're Koulibaly, you don't need pace. His strength is
Yeah,
unbelievable. But looking at
definitely.
the Michael Keane situation, if we get Koulibaly in, I don't know if we'll change system. I don't know what we'll do, to be honest. I don't know if there'll be a rotation with Ben and Keane. Will we get a right back in person? Yes, we probably will get Max Aarons in. But if not,
Yeah.
will Ben Godfrey go to right back and we just play Keane at centre back? We don't know, but I'm sure Carlo's got a plan on that situation. But overall, I do think Koulibaly would be an unbelievable sign for us and a big statement.
I tell you what, mate, if we get Koulibaly, because listen, there was loads of clubs before, obviously, we was interested. There was like likes of Man City, Liverpool, all the big clubs, Man United, Barca, all of them. They were really interested of Koulibaly himself, basically, and I think it'll be massive for us if we get a big name like him again.
Sorry,
And
I clicked the chat and I accidentally clicked leave. I'm sorry, guys.
no, it's all good. We're living lavish here. Right. So, do you want to give us your final thoughts on Koulibaly and what he will bring to Everton?
Like I just said then, overall he's an amazing centre back and he's going to bring experience in Europe. We want to be challenging now, and I think
Yeah.
if we have a good transfer window, we knew that Carlo, like all the good pundits say, like you like Gary Neville's, managers need 2 to 3 years to get the players in. You can't just bring in a whole new team just like that, and he'll benefit the team, the defence, the overall team. I think he's a world class centre back and he'll fit right in at Everton. And I think he's what we need at the moment.
Defo. So let's talk about the last thing about our centre halves and our whole defence. If we get Koulibaly, what will happen to Holgate and Branthwaite?
I'm looking at it now. We've still got your likes of Yerry Mina's in there. Now, I don't think Mina will be at the club. I'm being honest with you. If Koulibaly comes in, I can't see him staying there. Only because I feel we've got your likes of Keane, you've got your Branthwaites coming through, you've got your Mason Holgates. I can't see Yerry Mina. I know everyone's going to say squad depth here and there, but you don't need six centre backs.
No.
Unless you're like in the crisis that Liverpool are in. Realistically, we don't need them. And Mina's on a lot right now. Personally, I think I'd rather keep Holgate over Mina only because of the fact that Mina's probably good enough to be a main centre back. Holgate still needs time. But I don't know. I'd loan Branthwaite out.
I do agree with Kieran, by the way, what he's saying. I'd sell Holgate.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll develop anymore. He's been
He
under
probably
Carlo
won't.
for like 1.5 years, and yes, we did see an improvement at one point, but it fucking dropped, didn't it? And Branthwaite, he's got more to come. He's got more than a future because he was linked with these big teams, and also, yeah.
I think we'll give him Branthwaite another loan move just to get him really ready because I don't think he's ready yet to start in this Everton team. Give him another loan move, see how he gets on. I'd either sell Yerry or Holgate in the summer. I don't know which one, but one of the two. But yeah, I definitely keep my back four realistically. My dream would be Digne, Godfrey, Koulibaly, and Max Aarons, or Keane and Godfrey, like rotation. I don't know.
We'll get into some of the live comments at the end as well. So don't worry if we're ignoring you. We just want to get onto the subject, basically. So, next transfer who we're going to talk about is Rabiot. So, this player who plays for Juventus called Rabiot, he's a midfielder. And, like, it's hit or miss, isn't it? Like, do you want him? You know what? Though? You know what I see Carlo doing? A swap deal for Andre.
I don't think Andre would go there. He's not good enough to go there. I reckon so, yeah. I'll be honest with you. I don't really want this Rabiot. I'll be honest with you. The wages that he's going to be on, he's probably not even going to get in the midfield. He'll probably be on the bench when you think about it. Decore, Allen have been class this season. Maybe if we put Ames and Cam, I can't see him starting. And I'm thinking about the wages right now. There's been a big problem with your likes of Bernard and you players like that who are on top dollar.
And the people who's on loan, we haven't completely sold. So
I'm not being funny. This Rabiot, I swear he's been linked with us for like 3 years now as well. Literally, every transfer window, it's just the same old. Maybe we get him, maybe we don't. But personally, I don't think we need him. And now, you may say, we may go look back on this down the line and go, well, he's amazing now. Well, when you look at it, with the squad that we've got right now, with Decore and Allen, it's just solid. They work so well together. And if you get James in there, fully fit, pulling the strings at Cam, sound, sorted.
Defo. Honestly, I don't think we need him personally. I think we've got far too many midfielders, like centrally, because we've got Tom Davis, Decore, Allen. You see, you've got 3 there. Then we've got Andre. Yes, possibly we need one more central midfielder just to fill in that extra squad depth. But I just don't think he's the man to fill it in. I think he's like an old man. Andre,
how old is he?
Let me check. But
check now.
I just think he'll just turn out to be this like Andre,
I know. It's just the wages, I feel. I think he'll want a lot of money at the moment.
Wow, he's 25. He's 25.
I think maybe get Rabiot when if we look to maybe sell Andre, because Andre's not been. I think Rabiot probably is better than Andre, but it just depends on what players we sell in the summer. I think that'll be the main one.
Yeah.
I think yeah. Maybe Rabiot, maybe not. But personally, I would not want him with the current situation because he'll probably want to start at Everton, and I just can't see him really getting in over Allen
and he'll be on high wages.
And he'll be on high wages, and he'll just be sitting on the bench. Do you know what I mean? He won't get in over James or Allen or Decore.
Right. I just want to pick another player from Juventus. We've been linked with Alan Ramsey recently. I don't want to talk about him too much because I've heard nothing since. But honestly, Alan Ramsey, would you think he's the type of player to come to Everton when he used to play for Arsenal?
What, Aaron Ramsey?
Mm-hmm.
it's the same situation. You look at the age, you look at the wages that he's on. I don't think he fits the bill at Everton. I'll be honest with you, because I can see him coming back to the Prem, but I just can't see him coming back to Everton. It's the same. He won't want to be sitting on the bench anymore. He won't.
Yeah,
He want to be starting, and he's old, isn't he? Now he's pretty old. Is he 30s now? In 30s?
probably something like that. Yeah, I do
So
agree with Tom what he's saying. I'd love someone quicker like Bazuma.
it,
He's like
mate,
a Decore, isn't he?
mate, Basuma's boss. You know, there's been shown interest from Liverpool in for Basuma for a replacement for Wijnaldum. So I think he is class. He scored that amazing goal against us, and I think that the future's bright for him. I think he's only young. Well, not young, but like I think he's still only
In
like
his middle.
24.
Yeah.
24, 25, 26, something like that.
Kieran Rand says here, get Ronaldo. Mate, honestly, if we fucking pull this one off, I tell you what, I'll fucking jump in the River Mersey, fucking swim to the other side. Honestly, if we get him, I don't know what to say. But honestly, everyone's been saying, oh, he's going for like 25 million. That's bollocks. Yes, I know his age, but you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Let's
But
be honest.
imagine he comes to Everton now.
Nah, he'll probably go back to Real.
Or United.
Yeah. Or
So,
Sporting.
yeah.
Maybe Sporting.
So, last transfer talk about a Pacific player, basically. We're going to talk about Lautaro Martinez. Is that how you say it? Lautaro Martinez? I think
Yeah.
it is. But
No, you
who
nailed
gives
it,
a
mate.
shit? This player has got something to prove for himself and possibly if he comes for Everton Football Club. This guy, I really rate highly.
Mate.
I think he's quick. I think, yes, he could bang some goals. And yes, I know he plays in the Serie A, but he's playing with Lukaku, isn't he? And he could turn out to be like DCL and him up top. He's got loads of assists in him. He's got 8 assists this season with like 16 or 17 goals this season. He could be like Harry Kane in the future. I'm not trying to be biased, but he could turn out to be like him because he's getting loads of assists. And in DCL, you don't see him getting assists, but he's a bagsman for goals. And Lautaro Martinez, he can do anything. So what's your thoughts on Lautaro Martinez then, Aidan?
Oh, I like him very much. You know, before we were even linked with him, I thought I highly rated him. He's only 21 years of age, I think. 21, 22, one of the two. He's young. Personally, I pay up to 70 million for him. He's world class. You can say what you want about Serie A, but Serie A is not your Bundesliga, it's not your Liga, and there's still world class teams in there. And he's turning up on the Champions League nights as well, which I think as well. So, you know, if we want to be pushing for Europe, we need a player like him. And he's quite versatile as well. He can also play on the right, I think. So I think he fit Calvert-Lewin's bill as well, very much. Because if Calvert-Lewin wins the ball, he can just play to Martinez. Martinez will just do the rest. But he would fit the bill at Everton. But I think overall, I do think there's going to be a lot of teams interested. You know, it looks like Cavani's on the way out from United. Maybe Martinez might go to City, not City United, or he might even go to City. But you know, this play is going to attract a lot of top clubs, so I think it's going to be a real fight for him. But I feel like sorry for changing the subject, but going back to the Koulibaly sort of situation, there were strong links with Allen near around this time, and I think it's the same with Koulibaly. So, you know, I think this one's for me is probably most least likely because of how
player profile
player he is, and he's only like 21, so a lot of teams will be going in for him.
Defo, as I say, I think he's quality in my opinion. I think he's the exact person to work under Carlo, and obviously we're looking to sell Moise Kean. Obviously 50 million, so that could pay his price, or Koulibaly, whichever. Hopefully Michele and all them can have enough money to spend this on an absolute quality of a player.
I think you think about as well, there's going to be players going off the wage bill, there's going to be players leaving the club that we might get a bit of money for. So, you know, I think it'll all add up, and I just think overall it'll be a better. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think it might actually be a better transfer window than last year. And I know last year's was amazing, but last year was probably one of our best transfer windows we've ever had. You know, James, Alan, Decore, and Ben Godfrey, you know, all for like, what was it, 60 million? It was unbelievable. But if we're getting strongly linked with the likes of Koulibaly and stuff, it's just taking it to the next level.
I just want to say, before we move on to more transfers, or the James rumour is an absolute disgrace. How people can say that he was fucking going to change all of this and all that was an absolute disgrace. And I don't know how he feels. I don't know if he even fucking knows about it because he's that fucking famous. But what's your thoughts on that? Because you sent me it and I said it's fake, but it's on a WhatsApp message and there was no name. So obviously, when I said to one of my mates, it's fake. It's clearly fake. And let me just officialise this: he is a man.
It's not right. It's really not right to. I think we live now in the generation where people think they can just do what they want. You know, we've had lots of things recently on social media, players getting slated really badly, and it's another one of them. There shouldn't be stuff coming out like this, and whether it be an Everton player or another club's player, it shouldn't be, especially not the gender stuff and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's fucking horrendous, isn't it? Because obviously with his injuries and all that he had down below and stuff like that. So one more bit of transfer talk before we move on to Bramley Moor Dock itself. Gylfi fucking Sigurdsson. So, about Gylfi Sigurdsson then. Keep or sell?
I think I'm looking at the age, but I'm thinking about how much he adds to the team. Now, this season, to be fair to him, he's done really well. You know, you look at the stats. That Tottenham game was amazing. You know, Liverpool. I think he's good for squad depth. I do think so. You know, he fills in when James is not fit or when James is injured. Personally, I'd extend the contract maybe for another year or so. How long's he got left on his contract? How long's he got left?
It's like he's probably got a season left, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd give him another season after this maybe, but yeah, I don't really want to sell him because I think he's that player that can fill in. And I do think on his day, he's a good player, but it's just like many players this season, you know, a bit inconsistent at times, but hopefully we get the Sigurdsson.
He'll be a good squad depth player, only if he performs like this season other than last season, because last season it was an absolute fucking load of bollocks, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. He was not good.
But I tell you what, if he carries on performing and getting a couple of assists, he'll be boss.
I think this is what I kind of like with the transfer window, because you look at the Luke Shaw situation. Alex Telles comes in and he steps up. Luke Shaw. James has come in and Gylfi stepped up. You know, he really has. Obviously not at the levels to get past James, but he has stepped up and he's been performing quite decent in his last few games. So, you know, I think he is good for squad depth. And obviously, as we all know, he's ice cold from the spot, as we've seen at the derby. So, you know, it's always good to have a good penalty taker as well.
Yes, come on. That was boss. That night was absolute boss. A night to fucking remember. So I think, obviously my thoughts, I think we should keep him for at least one more season for squad depth, obviously, with the players incoming, hopefully, like the players like Lautaro Martinez, Koulibaly, hopefully like a midfielder, like a creative one, because we desperately need one, and Max Allen. I tell you what, this transfer window, I'm already excited because we don't usually get links this early, but obviously, Carlo, he's already working on it on Marcel Brands. We don't know if it's real life, but like it's good to hear that we're linked with certain players, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is, and it's just great overall, isn't it?
So let's talk about our new home then, Bramley Moor.
Come on.
Oh my God. So this project has been going on for 5 years. We've been planning it for 5 years. And it's finally been fucking wiped off. And it's fucking confirmed by the government that it can go ahead and stuff. Mate, 11 to 12 years ago, we should have moved to Kirkby. Because we was planning to move to Kirkby, like around a similar attendance and all that. But I tell you what, this Bramley Moor Dock looks better than the Kirkby one by far. And I cannot wait to move them into our new home. So, what's your thoughts about this move?
You
And
know,
I'm just fucking emotional right now because honestly, I can't wait to stand 1 foot.
mate, I'll be honest with you, what I love the most about the stadium is even the other rival fans are saying, what a boss stadium is. It's on it's on the docks.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic. And don't get me wrong, Goodison, will always be in our hearts. One of the it's so many
Iconic
so
with
many
LA
memories.
and all them playing on it.
Iconic. It's an iconic stadium, not just with Everton, but in the Premier League. It's an iconic stadium. How many Premier League games have been there? Unbelievable. But this new stadium is going to be another level, and I think it's going to make us, this project that we've got going right now with Carlo, it's even going to take it to another level. It's just going to, it's just amazing. I just can't wait to. It's going to, when do you reckon it'll be built? Like 2023, maybe 24?
2023, 24, I reckon.
Yeah.
Hopefully, anyway. Because as soon as it's fucking built, I'm fucking running on that pitch. Play fucking some footy with the lads. Oh, mate, I honestly can't wait to absolutely get my season ticket and walk straight through into our new home.
Fun fact as well, Blues. Goodison's also a good place because me and Alfie have both played on there as well, haven't we, Alfie, lad?
I've played on there 3 or twice. For 3 times or twice. I think I've played on it twice. Twice, yeah. I tell you what, mate, Goodison. Let's move on to Goodison now because we are too excited for the new stadium. Obviously, like I said before, it's an iconic stadium. We've been playing on Goodison for like 4,000 odd top flight games, etc. Aidan, I'll answer your question right now. Am I gonna miss Goodison? But you deserve a new stadium. Yeah, you know what? You are gonna miss Goodison. You like you say that I'm gonna miss Goodison. I think you will because I think Goodison. How long have we been at Goodison for? Like 128 years, something like that.
Well, it's before. Well, it's just before Liverpool got founded, wasn't it? Because we were at Anfield.
Yeah. So honestly, Goodison. I tell you what, I've seen the pictures. What it will look like when obviously we move to another stadium, and it looks absolutely. I cried because it looks so dead. I mean, it's good. It's good for the all the stuff around it and
The community and
especially,
stuff.
yeah. But it's just sad to see. It's just gonna be houses.
What
and all
I
that,
wonder is, how's it going to affect the actual rivalry? Obviously, it's not going to affect the rivalry with Liverpool, but you love, waiting outside Goodison Park and then walking up through Anfield Road to go to the Liverpool ground, when we're at Liverpool. So it's going to be a weird one, but I think I'm looking forward to the new ground. I think we deserve a new ground now, and they can't call our ground, Woodison Park
County
anymore.
Road. Fuck. Let's hope we walk through County Road. Get a train to Kirkdale and fucking walk on County Road. Be boss. So obviously, what's your thoughts on Goodison? Then obviously, we are gonna move. Well, let's say soon, like say 4 to 5 years. So have you got any final thought on Goodison then?
I think it's hit every Everton fan very much with Goodison Park. I think it has been an amazing place. Bloody Pele's played on there, for God's sake. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Not many football grounds in the Premier League have considered Pele's played on that pitch. But overall, I mean, I'm excited for the new ground, but I'm going to be very upset when Goodison is gone. But sometimes it is what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah. It is, isn't it? It's upsetting but exciting in a
but
way.
It's good. It is good with how big the club's going up now. New stadium, the profiles that we're
moving upwards, aren't we?
Yeah, it's not like we're going down. We're going up. With the players that we're bringing in,
and overall, we stay up and win the cup. Come on.
Overall, it's exciting to be an Everton fan right now. Not just the stadium, but the players we got on, the manager, the ambitions that the club has got at the moment. I think this is the best time since me and you have really been Evertonians properly. Yeah. It's been the best time to be an Everton. Beating Liverpool is one of the best memories I've had of Everton, obviously, because we've not really been in finals or much, but beating Liverpool was great. And you can say, oh, take a chill pill, you're beating Liverpool. That it means more than that. Take a chill pill. No. Okay, we haven't beaten Liverpool in ages, so that was great.
I'm not being funny here. the Copites have only got on us the 1995. That's all they've got on us now, because they can't say about the Anfield hoodoo and all that. The only thing they've got about us is 1995. And you know what? I'm not even asked because it gets boring.
No, what I want is my other little bucket list now. We've already beaten Liverpool. Let's beat him one more time on Goodison. Let's just beat him one more time on Goodison. With the fans there. With the fans there as well. What's your thoughts on Max Aaron's rumours? Come on, you Blues. I think me and Alfie, we've said in all the live streams, you know, we need Max Aaron. Someone like Max Aaron, he's unbelievable. He's promising as well. We've seen him last year in the Premier League. He looked very good. Obviously, Norwich did go down with Ben Godfrey as well, but look at Ben Godfrey. He's been class for us this season. I think Max Aaron's will be the same as well. You know, nowadays...
He's played in the Premier League and all.
With nowadays' football, it's more about, with fullbacks, it's not more about defending. It's also about going forward. And I think Max Aaron's is amazing going forward. So it's exciting. It's exciting to see.
My worrying thing now about that is the price is going to go back up. Because Knowledge are going up now, aren't they? So I don't know how much they'll want him for.
I think it'll either be Lamptey or Aaron's. I can't see us going to a foreign league. I can just see us going in for either Max Aaron's or Lamptey. But
definitely.
Because if you look at it, there's not many right backs at the moment, is there really? You know, the world class, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sort of. So last thing on Goodison, by the way, this club, this badge represents Goodison Park all over, doesn't it? It just does, doesn't it? Up the Toffees. So, have you got any final thoughts, or do you want to say anything about Everton or in general, basically?
No more international football. I'm just missing Everton too much. I'm bored to death. I really am. Really am. That's it really from me.
Sound, boss, amazing. Up the Toffees. See you later, lads. Kept it short and sweet, but up the Toffees.
Up the Toffees.